Yes. Another Monday we back. TGM Radio, Power Reggae Radio, PowerReggae.com. The voice that you was just hearing for the last two songs, very talented individual. Last three songs, yes, thanks for the correction. Last three songs, very talented individual. He's a producer, he's a guitarist, also a vocalist. Coming with a style. We're gonna have to discuss the style a little bit more, but let me introduce the artist that you've been hearing for the last three songs. Let me make sure I get the pronunciation correct. Ky-Enie.
I got it right here.
In the house.
In the house, live and living color. I was listening to hear how you pronounce it, because a lot of people have the more twist. I just have to wear Ky-Enie, Ky-Enie, so you got it right.
Yeah, well, honestly, for the listeners who follow us on PowerReggae.com, it's been a while. We've been trying to get this young man in the studio to do this interview. It's been about a year we've been waiting.
Yeah, a little bit over a year, yes.
Yeah, busy individual, but he's back, and now we got him in the studio. So let's move forward with this interview. I want to start off with a basic question, the first question. I read the bio, of course, but I want the listeners to get familiar with the arts. What is the meaning behind the name Ky-Enie?
Ky-Enie, spirit of war, a fighter, defender,
You also have a king attached on there.
The king is the family name. My mother's name is not a king. So I just
that's a blessing.
Wear it, yes,
That's a blessing.
And, from my little youth, them always say we have this king
king is correct.
Yes, because we have to. I'm a leader. I always, from my little youth, kids always gravitate to me and stuff like that. So I always been, leading them in the right direction. So that's why I took on that name and I moved with it, because I don't want to mislead anyone through the music, and because it's a very beautiful and powerful platform that people kind of misconclude sometimes, and so need the balance. So Ky-Enie represent balance.
Okay, sir. Beautiful. He's also here with his weapon of choice, by the way. That's one of the first things I asked Father Jeremy for when I came in the studio today. I'm like, you got the guitar with him?
Yes. I leave my passport. I leave my passport, but I'm not leaving the guitar.
That's the passport right there.
Yes, I.
Okay. Before we get started with this interview, the last three songs that we played. Let's start with the last song that we played.
Love Means Everything.
Love Means Everything. Father G was in here just talking up a storm about that record. Let's talk about that record a little bit more, because it touched everybody in the studio. And we're trying to get familiar with you, the artist. So tell us a little bit about that last record that we played.
That last record, Love Means Everything, J-Tex, my big up my producer J-Tex, of Royal Chaos there, he brought me the track, and they said put a love song on it, because I've been singing roots and culture, but a long time I don't sing a girl song and stuff like that. I forget about the girls thing, but it's not forgetting the girls, it's all about balance, So he gave me the track, and I went home with the track, and I was listening to my headphone, right, and the idea just came to me. It's like, yo, love cure everything, because and it's just man and woman relationship. Love, we really sing about. We sing about that unconditional love. Love your neighbors, love your family, love everyone. If you exercise that. So the idea came to me, and I said, I want to write it in a unique way. Because everybody I just skin out and broke out when I sing about woman. So I feel, so I listen to the music on my headphones and the doors off, right? And the melody come to me and say, we roll together, like, and I say, so just write it that way, so just give me the words, and say, we go together like hands in a glove, together like white in a rough, together like the, yeah.
There you have it. Okay, now, getting back to letting our listeners get familiar with you, you hail from Jamaica, born in the countryside of Jamaica, but you moved around Jamaica a little bit. So let's get a little bit of background on Ky-Enie, the man himself, before you became the artist, and what led you to become an artist, a producer, a musician.
Wow. Got the root, I know.
Straight to the root.
Straight to the roots. I grew up listening to Bob Marley music. I was like one of them multi-talented kids, you know. Family always would play Bob Marley music, some Jim Reeves and all the music and stuff like that. I remember sneaking out of the house and go dance all and stuff with my brother, and I started there, you know. But I was a shy kid growing up, you know, and I was a paint, a draw, do the bicycle stunts and the skateboard stunts and stuff like that. So I think I was seeking attention, but, you know, in a way where I just let the art speak for itself. You know, when I'm painting and drawing, and my friends them sit and watch me paint, I would paint until tomorrow, you know, and it's the same thing. So I grew up and a friend of mine named Smokey and bring me to the dance hall one night, and I think we like 16, so, you know, in late high school days, and we sing a song named Guy, that's why we try to take us from home, right? And the people them bust up the place, and I feel him come over and say, you know, say this money for the rest of my life.
Okay, but before we get to that,
Yeah.
your friend took you to the dance.
Yeah.
Did he take you to the dance with the intentions of having you perform on the mic?
No, he was a performer. I was like the rookie, just a virgin who had to do the road, you know?
Okay, so he brought you to the dance knowing that you had that talent.
Yeah.
Now, the point I'm trying to get to actually is, when did you actually first start doing the music and doing it to a point where your peers, your friends, and the people around you recognized that you had a talent for music?
I think, yeah, that was a moment. We had a little thing they call Ghetto Bash in a store town. You know, it was a street side jam. You know, set up the stage by the Neesbury tree, right at West Lane. You know, and it was a talent show where, you know, everybody participated in the community. You know, and I had a partner, Ice Water. You know, so it was like a duo. You know, he did the singing and I was doing more dancehall music. You know, and I dreamt one night I was playing the guitar. My dad gave me a guitar when I was a kid, like probably 3-4 years old, and I grew with an obsession to play. I used to drag it around like a toy, you know, drag it around. And one room, couldn't stay in a room, so it had to stay with a polka. Rain wet it up, mash it up. But growing up and hearing Bob Marley's music and Tracy Chapman music, you know, the sound just resonated in my mind, and I dreamt that I was playing the guitar and I borrowed a friend's guitar, and I used to strum it by the seaside, and when I strum, I dreamt I was playing, and I just pick it up and start playing a song called Tribute to Bob Marley, always on my mind, you know. And I just venture, when I do the dancehall music, people used to say I sound like this and I sound like that, and you know, I didn't like to be compared with anybody, so I always have this is Ky-Enie, I'm an individual, and I don't like to be compared with anybody else. You know, I do what I do, I have a free spirit, you know, and I just start playing my guitar more, and I start breaking into, molding into who I am. You know?
Okay, digging a little further into you, the man, the artist, the musician. Your father, you said your father gave you a guitar.
Yes.
Was your father musically inclined, or was he involved in the music in any form or fashion?
Not in a recording. He used to sing and play also.
But
he didn't pursue his career as a musician.
And he recognized that you had the talent. He started that.
I don't think he recognized it, just gave it to me, you know. But that's where it started, you know. And it leads me here.
Okay. And now, another question I had. You said you started off with the guitar strumming on the beat side. Yeah. Are you, as a musician, genuinely self-taught, or did you actually pursue lessons, learning, mentoring, someone teaching you how to actually play the guitar?
No. I just like express how I feel. I search around on it and find some chords, and the words come to mind, and everything just come together all at once. I never did a guitar lesson, and it's just like recently I learned the scale on the guitar, you know. And you know, I've played with great musicians, and they're like, "Oh, you're such a wicked guitar player." I'm like, guitarist. I'm like, no, I'm not a guitarist. I'm a guitar player, you know. Everything flow natural for me, and yeah. It's not like I don't want to do lessons or anything, but I think it's not like it will enhance me as a musician, but I think sometimes when you learn the theory of things, it don't really flow as naturally like how I'm flowing with this right now. So if that comes in the future, then I definitely will.
I mean, well, honestly, it's not that I hinted on it that you needed lessons, but it was just trying to find the root once again of the talent.
Yes, sir.
Because you strung the guitar very well at this point.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so now you went to the talent show in Jamaica. You performed. You got a good reception.
Yes.
Once you left that dance hall that night, and you had your friend with you, the elder, your mentor, what was the reaction that you got from your peers about the performance that night?
Yeah, them some habits, you know, it's like for the first time, I used to dance also, so I have entertainment in me, you know. So when I walk in the ring and I take the ring, whoever have the ring I have to back up because I got my moves, you know, I don't got no moves no more. But, you know, so I've always felt like I'm an entertainer. When it's in my soul, you know, when I always walk and sing and people always say, yeah, it sounds good, but I never took it seriously until that night when time my boss finally go in a dance and sing a song and people go crazy for the songs, you know. I start going to Ocho's talent show, Roof Internationals, and venture into Kingston.
Okay. What we're gonna do is, Sniper, you ready to drop another track for the listeners? What we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to some music and we're gonna come back and we're gonna get more into when you graduated to going to the studios, when you graduated to putting pen to paper, when you graduated to becoming a recording artist.
Right.
But we're gonna give the listeners some more from the artist, and we're gonna come back. PowerReggae.com, TGM Radio.
So just
Yeah, trying to get the listeners familiar with the artist, because we in here partying right now. Shout out to the whole Power Reggae crew.
Yeah, shout out to Screechy Dan for the merch strong too.
Yes. Happy Earth Strong to the legend, New York legend, the reggae legend, Screechy Dan himself. I want to send a special thanks also to Father G, because he never stopped showing us love in the studio.
Definitely.
Appreciation. Moving back onto your music, the sound of your music is just so soothing, especially the acoustic. The acoustic part of it is really what draws me to you. So moving forward, my next question is, you mentioned Bob Marley, who of course the greatest artist period of any genre, in my opinion, I should say.
Yes, mine too.
But apart from Bob Marley, as a artist who you're a musician, all arounder, you're playing instruments, you're penning your own songs, you're producing songs. Who were some of the artists apart from Bob Marley that you would say inspired Ky-Enie?
Wow, it's a diversity. I listen to them call me the white boy, you know, because I listen to all rock music and stuff like that, alternative music. You know, I would say everyday life and everyday music inspire me. A lot of artists that I don't hear on the mainstream, you know. I'm hearing Sia now and Ed Sheeran. Like I was listening to them way back, you know. We have Neka from out of Nigeria, but she lives in Germany. And Paul and Lutini. A lot of different music inspire me. I would say I'm more in tune with alternative, soft rock kind of vibes where I kind of fuse with my voice is reggae. I'm Jamaican, you know, so I fuse the music to bridge the gap, so make everything universal, because we have a message and we want everybody to understand the message we're delivering in the music.
Alanis Morissette.
Alanis Morissette, yeah, she was one of my number one influence. Also, we have
Tracy
Chapman. We have
I'm reading the bio and the artists that you mentioned in your bio. By the way, you can go to Ky-Enie.com and look up what I'm looking at this point in time. It's a great website, great visuals. Once again, Ky-Enie.com. KY-E-N-I-E. Okay, .com. A lot of interesting things on the website. So I'm looking at the website now, and it's a great read. And I'm reading some of the artists that inspire you as an artist, and it's just making me even more interested in learning more about you. To be that open and to show that love to other genres, it's amazing. So
Music is limitless, and music don't really. I don't like to be boxed in or be classified as this type of artist. I'm a musician. I'm a singer songwriter. So if I wake up tomorrow and I feel like I want to do a soca song, I don't want to be judged for it. I'm not like I'm going to do a soca song, but I'm not saying I would not. You know, if I want to do a rock song, I want to be able to do that and express myself musically, because there's no limit, and there's different fans, all different fans all over the world, and everybody loves music. And whatever way we're going to reach them, if we're going to sing in a different language, then we're going to have to learn the language and communicate it and deliver the message also, you know,
Yes.
it have to reach.
Okay, now, some of our listeners may have heard your music before and just may not have recognized the name or put the name to the song that they were hearing. Song placements. You have had some great song placements since you started your career. And it's one I want to touch on in particular because it was a good look for you. It was huge.
Definitely a huge look, yeah.
The reggae, the reggae dancehall Jamaican sensation.
The classic.
Movie, the classic. Shotters.
Yeah.
You had a placement on the Shotters soundtrack. But what I want to ask you right now, to get the listeners really in tune with what we're doing, do you remember the specific scene in the movie where they played your record?
Yeah.
And what was that feeling like? What was that feeling like when you saw the scene and you heard the record?
Alright. Honestly, like when I got the DVD, and it's in the DVD, and I went and I bought one for myself also, and I didn't want to watch it with anybody. I watched it alone, right? Tears literally run down my eyes, you know, and like I forget that I didn't even notice that I was the one who was singing the song. Like I got so lost in the scene. Like it's a perfect. They couldn't be a much better perfect connect with this movie scene that I've seen.
Let's tell the listeners that specific scene. So I want my listeners right now, when the show's over, throw in that Shotters DVD, watch the movie again. It's a classic. Watch the movie again. What is that scene when you hear your voice on the screen, on the silver screen?
The scene of the movie?
Yes. You remember the particular scene?
Alright, watch it. Because it's a movie I watched so many times way before I got the placement on it. So they were leaving out because Max Sprague and them want to go to California with Biggs, right? So them do the talking, then them leave out, and Max said, I'm gonna grab a drink, right? So when Max opened the fridge, everything in slow motion, right? Everything in slow motion. So Max opened the fridge, it's closed by the fridge out. So as Max closed by the fridge, him see a shot in his face, mask up. And they come out and say, yeah!
And the song dropped.
Really wish it would.
Powerful.
Yes.
Powerful.
Yeah, and like literally got tears in my eyes because before it made that placement, before I watched it personally, you know, I got a couple of emails from Africa where a female was telling me she lost her boyfriend at drive-by shooting, and he always buy the Jamaican movies. So she looked up the credit, find me, and send me that message and tell me that song saved her life, you know, and it gave me that feeling like when I watched it, and I reflected on her, and I've got so many message emails from all over the world where that music, people tell me that music saved them life, and like if nothing else, never want me to follow through with music, that I just more motivation than anything else, you know.
Beautiful. All right, now for the listeners listening to what we're talking to, if you want to go to iTunes now and check out the Shotters soundtrack, it's the song entitled Rank on that soundtrack. Beautiful, beautiful, what I'm saying, placement. The way how the song transitioned in the scene, everything. I love how you had you here in the studio and you were able to explain it, watching it for the first time.
And the strangest thing was like, everything lead up to that was just, I just job work, so I have no control of it. I called Derek Barnett to come play a song for me, and I was at Big Yard Records at the time, and Derek come to the studio and started doing music, and I said, yo, you know, Sylvia name come up, the director for the video, for the movie, and And I said, I know him, you know. So I said, give him a link, man, because my producer and stuff like that. So I hit him up and him link me, him give me a number, I call him and him said me a sad song for this song, so for the movie. So I said, I have a song named Rain, you know. Him said, yeah man, I didn't know what, man. You know, this is just a conversation going just like what I tell him. He said, I said, cool. I emailed it to him, him called him back. He said, yeah man, yes I hit man, you know. And I said, alright, cool, man, record it. He said, no, because it was a demo. That's my first time. I came to the US and I went back to Jamaica to do some production. And that is my first time I'm producing anything for myself. Wings of an Angel, a song called Deep Waters and Rain. So I said, I'm going to re-record the song because it was a demo. He said, no, that's the same way I want it. You know, and that's been like the biggest accomplishment for me for my whole entire career.
Okay, so we're going to rewind right now. And we're going to go back to the point where you first went into the studio, you first went into the booth, you first started recording. The transition from performing in the dance hall with the elder, saying, to going to the studio. Who was the people at that point in time? Or was it just you and your innermost self that said, okay, I need to go to the studio? Or did you have someone that pushed you to go to the studio?
It was a friend of mine from Montreal, a producer called Yellow Kid, you know.
Shout out to Yellow Kid.
Yes, every time, you know. And it was him and my partner, Chopper Jan. Yeah, Chopper Jan, Melon P, right? So we had like a group called Natural Vibes, you know. Melon P was the singer and I was doing more dance.
You were still DJing then?
Yeah, still doing it, yeah. So, Yellow Kid took us to the studio, downtown Kingston. I think studio, Lego studio, you know, and I went into the booth and, you know, ready my run. And the song, the message is in the music. I said, the message is in the music, so entertain us. Please stop abusing the whole wide world. It's listening to it, you know, and they are chopped them time, they are chopped like, you know, and the engineer said, man, this is your first time in the studio, man. I said, yeah, my first time in the studio, but never really record. We just have a bunch of energy inside of their burst and we just want to sing it out, you know, because at the platform, people always come to me and tell me their story and I'll write about it and make it into a song and, you know, but I never get to express it. So I record that song and, you know, I feel like this is me, this is my comfort zone. I could use this platform to express myself because I was always a shy kid and I'm just exercising myself through my art, you know.
Okay, so you got into the studio, you got the critique from the producer. This is your first rounds in the studio.
Yeah.
What was the first record that Ky-Enie actually did that you may have heard on the radio or heard in a dance or somebody played it for you and said, yo, this is you? What was that first record?
It's a shame. On the Roof International label. I was on a taxi going to Kingston, you know, and I hear the kettle, it's like a kettle drum beat, you know. They're juggling the rhythm, all the artists them on the rhythm, and I'm like, yeah, American on this, you know. You know, I mean, I taxi, I listen and I drive, and I said, China. And then they start playing the song.
And they mix it.
Oh gosh, man! And I remember, you know, as a youth, and you hear that, and my heart started racing, and I said, man, I said, it feel good. Feel something for the radio, but I still have all the composure, because I say, I mean that, you know. I'm like, wow, my song up on the radio, you know. So anything to anybody, I just listen to it, and they play back like 3 times. I'm like, yeah, you know, so nice, you know. But I still have some way to go. I start critique the song, you know. I start critique the song. I said, yeah, I could have do this better, I could have do that better. So I never got comfortable in my music, no matter where I'm at and how people say, yeah, your music powerful and your music tough and tough. I always feel like there's room to grow, and I see myself changing, you know, just expanding more and more. Because from then, every year of my career in the music business, I've seen where I've grown from to where I'm at now, and I look at it and I laugh and I'm like, oh man, I couldn't be that, but I appreciate it because that was I could see my journey, and all who was there can see my growth, and you know, they know that I had it in me, so them cheer and celebrate from the outside.
Okay, you seem to be your biggest critic. From me having conversations, you seem to be your biggest critic.
Yes.
What was apart from hearing it on the radio, the selector blowing up 3 times, what was the general feedback from your first recordings? And you seem like you had a lot of success early. As far as, when I say success, I mean people gravitating towards your music, accepting your music.
Yes.
What was the feel like internationally? Because you have a sound that I see can grow in Europe, I see it could grow big in Japan. What was the international response from your first recordings and actually getting those big placements that you got early in your career?
I think I never really got any big accomplishment, like I would say on the world platform. Like I never got booed off a stage or anybody disrespecting my music in any way. I always get motivation from it because I think something with my voice, people always say they love my voice. My voice is really captivating and stuff like that, you know. And I know it's a music frequency, so I don't want to use that to do anything negative. So as a youth, I just express myself through the music. Everything was music for me, you know. And when I sit and I hear, I think the first song that really started grabbing the people was Wings of an Angel. You know, I've recorded it for producers all over, and they never went out. So, like I said, one of the songs I produced was Wings of an Angel, the Rain song, and Deep Water. So I had recorded the song, and it wasn't released. So I was in New York City, and a friend of mine was a stylist working with June Ambrose, and she had a friend graduating from Film Academy, and they offered to use my song as a project. They wanted to shoot a video for the project, you know, so the whole movie said come down and shoot that big international video, right? The video was put out, released, mashing up the world, making some charts, and the song wasn't released. So I was with Big, I ended up working with Big Yard, so we released the song through VP Big Yard, and it just took off again. It just grew a new skin, and Wings of an Angel and the Rain song has been my biggest accomplishment, and I always want to reach that internet, that global platform, because I said Bob Marley is my #1 influence, and I wanted to reach that height and beyond, because Bob Marley opened up the doors for us to carry through the love and the message is still remaining for me, love and unity, you know.
Okay, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go back to a little bit of this music. The father in the studio is Florence, a natural mystic in the gig. So Sniper, put another track off of the album, off of the EP. We're gonna come back, we're gonna discuss the EP a little bit more. TGM Radio, Power Reggae Radio, PowerReggae.com. Shout out to Sniper, you back in the studio. It's been a minute, Sniper.
You know.
But you back like you never left. Another song, all right, and the songs that we've been playing is off of your latest album.
No, and some of them are singles that are out and written. That this song was produced by Real Life Records. We had a few artists. It's like 7 to 10 artists on it. You know, we have Still Live On. We have a couple of singles up here, but this album is gonna have Round of Applause, Love Means Everything, and Change Things. Those are the 3 singles that are out right now. But we have some good vibes to the people and to showcase and see the vibration and the type of music that we do, you know. You might hear a straight acoustic with them, a guitar and you know.
We're gonna get that live for you. So stay tuned for that. But again, this young man is so talented and has so much music on the road right now for you to check out. He's given us a large body of work. Okay, so now you have singles on Rhythms that's out now.
Yes.
You also have
an EP out.
An EP out.
Yeah,
and
you get the dreams.
Upcoming album.
Yes.
Coming out. Okay, now the upcoming album. We have music off of that in the studio that we are going to premiere later on. But let's talk about your plans for this upcoming album. What's the name of the upcoming project?
Change Things.
Change Things.
Yeah,
the title track.
Yeah.
Will be premiered on Power Reggae tonight, so stay tuned.
Them better know. Yeah, so the change is, you know, we see all this unnecessary violence that's going on, you know what I mean? we need to bring back the love. You know, people need to start looking back and, you know, bring back that roots where you can heal up your neighbors and, you know, share that everybody walking around with this tough face. You know, we're looking at all the innocent people losing their life in the streets. You know, I was a victim of police brutality too. You know, I know what it feels like. You know, so not because we don't talk about these things, we are, and then only unity can make these things happen. We sit around and we talk about politics and we vote for change, and if they don't realize that this never changing, you know, you have to make the change. We have to just come together as people and don't make them determine, or that person determine what you're going to be or what you're going to do with your life. You don't cost nothing for love. Love is easy. So I'm say, just like how I feel it, everyone feel it. I could be a bad person if I want to. You know, anything you want is what you feel. You know, everybody have bad thoughts, everybody have a bad day. It's how you go about and deal with that. You know, so we have to just start looking at the mirror and say, oh, we're going to make somebody's day today. If everybody step out of them house with that meditation and say, okay, you're walking down the street, you share a smile, you see a good man, you know, the energy they pass on and carry on. No matter how somebody tough, you know, I say love can break them down to nothing. You know, I say, so make we use the love to break down and build back up. Because if you don't build from love in the beginning, it never really exist. You know, so we need to make that change. We need to start looking at ourselves and say, yeah, I have a loving brother, I have a little sister, black, white, purple, or green. We can't make these things. And they're using social media to create that division and distract the people in mind. You know, so like I said, everything is there for our own use, is how you utilize it. You know what I say? Loving my brother is easy. The next song that's going to be on the album. You know, so we need to bring back that roots and change things. Is definitely, I want the people them to really analyze when I say we have the Change Thing project where we're going to start kicking out. I don't know if I'm the first artist going to be doing it, you know, but it's harder that, you know, changes complex now.
You answered my next question without me asking. You basically, the feel of the album is the title of the album.
Yes.
In so many words. Okay, so now the feel of the album is the title of the album. Once again, Change Things, the album coming soon. Do you have a tentative release date for the album?
We're looking at, I think it's the 25th of August.
25th.
This is the launch coming up.
This the promo tour you want.
Yes. Yes. So, you know, we're looking at the 25th, ending of this month.
Okay.
And
so look out for the album coming out the 25th of August, tentatively on all digital platforms. But you gave us, without me asking, the general feel of the album. But my next question is, you've worked with producers, you've been on rhythms, but you also a self-taught musician, yeah, and you're also a producer. Yeah. On the album, what is the general feel that you're trying to bring across on the album with the instruments, and how much of an influence do you have in the production of the album, being a producer yourself?
Tricky question. Yeah, in the production, I'd say 30% in the production. Most of it, the production is by J-Tex, Andre Artan of Royal Chaos, beat me in the productions. But I like playing the guitar and let them build the music. It's like watching my kid coming into this earth, you know, my mother giving birth, you know, it's a joy to see when I play the music and the musicians them build it and take it. And
so you come with the seat in the studio.
Yes,
I start with your work.
Yes.
And they build around.
Yes, and that is the beauty of making music, and that's how why we're here, you know, and you guys play the music and spread it to the world, you know.
Process.
Yes,
Yes. Okay, now, being an artist that loves performing acoustic sets, I'm looking at your body once again. You have toured and you've performed with big artists. Shout out to gentlemen in Europe.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Marleys.
Yes,
a few names to mention.
Yes.
Okay, now, what have you learned from doing shows with these artists, and what have you been able to incorporate into what you're doing from their strengths? And do you think that despite performing with artists of a higher caliber, name-wise,
yeah,
what do you feel when the listeners come out, they're going to get from Ky-Enie that's special?
Raw and realness, you know. Realness. Like, I never really, some people say, okay, them feel intimidated by performing after a big name artist out there, an established artist. But I never really felt, I just look at it and like, okay, well, I know I have to go hard and I have to deliver to these people. The whole thing is, I absorb their energy also. I'm always learning and I see they're professionals, you know, and I just want to get my whole entire team on that professional level, you know. When I look at, when gentleman called me on a stage in Germany and I'm like, you know, this is the type of band and delivery I want the people them to see with me at all time, but it's a working process. Sometimes you don't think it, sometimes you don't have that all at once, but that is the whole goal, you know. And they definitely working with and watching them big artists perform who have them thing together really inspire me, and I just say in my mind, this is how it should be and greater and beyond. You know, people compare me to Bob Marley, they compare me to Buju, they compare me to this, but there's no comparison. Ky-Enie, you know, Ky-Enie is who I am, but there's no other Ky-Enie. You know, I strum my guitar and I express myself the way I express myself, the people that love it. And you know, that's how people is always trying to compare instead of bringing together and say, let's do this, because it's the farmer mentality that we have been taught, you know. But change things is here to break that mentality, you know.
Speaking of change things, there's other things you're doing as an artist and using the power as a musician. There's other things that you're doing besides music to change things.
Yes, yes.
Tell us a little bit about you as a community activist and the other things that you're trying to do within the community.
Activist, I would say that I'm just a youth who love to extend my time and effort into positiveness. We had King Leo Promotions in Fort Myers, Florida, that we put on a fashion run, Caribbean culture, fashion, music and arts, you know, rhythm runway in Florida. We did it 7 years in a row. That's like part of our charity work that we do. Free, and you just like with some canned food donate to FGCU. Want to kick off this project called Changing Project, where we want to go into the communities them and tear down the zinc fence them, because like I know that your surroundings have a lot to do with the mentality of where you live. And if you wake up and you see this every day, you know, you don't want to, you're going to feel comfortable in the situation. And I feel like this is the job that the government should be doing, you know, but because they're not doing it, I think we as artists can kick off a movement like that, where we go to the communities, talk to whoever and say, all right, come, we're going to build up, tear down the zinc fence and build up a little, you know, board picket fence where you can and paint it up white. If a whitewash or paint, you know, whoever want to sponsor and donate and move for this cause, because that is going to reverse the psychology of the people. When you can see your neighbor face, you don't have to worry who's behind the zinc fence who want to shoot you or want to rob you, you know. So you're living in a prison mentality.
I love that. I love that for the fact that when you think of Jamaica and you think of the poorest communities in Jamaica, one of the first things that comes to your mind is the zinc fence.
Yes.
So I love the fact that you're trying to create some change, starting with that.
Yes.
That's very powerful.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Start that change.
I appreciate that.
It's important.
Yes. Okay, so now the Change Things, the album is coming out. Look out for the movement, the Change Things movement. Once again, you can go to this artist's website, Ky-Enie.com. You could follow him. Where else on social media can the fans follow you to keep up with what you're doing?
Facebook, like the fan page, you know, Ky-Enie, K-Y-E-N-I-E, you know, and we on IG, Ky-Enie, K-Y-E-N-I-E. Follow me on Twitter, them say me need following on Twitter. So it's Ky-Enie_music.
Alright, see, what I'm gonna do is we try to guide the artists as far as the social media on the radio show. With Twitter is something where you have to give more of yourself.
Yes.
It's more intimate.
Yes.
So,
the YouTube.
Alright, we're gonna get to the YouTube because the website and the YouTube goes hand in hand. Now, the YouTube, I'm glad you brought it up. You have a very unique name, so it's easy to find you on social media. Once again,
Ky-Enie.
Okay, it's very easy to find them online. The YouTube page, the visuals. Whoa. Is the actual video that you have on the website, when you click on the bottom, there's a video that comes up with you walking down the steps.
Yeah.
Was that the one that the movie crew came down and shot for you?
No, that we did that January. This one came out in January.
What's the name of that?
Love Means Everything. That's
Love
the one
Means
we played earlier, the third song.
Okay, now the visuals are very expressive.
Yes.
How much of an input do you have into what you're putting out on YouTube right now as far as your visuals?
100%. Like I'm a perfectionist, like, and I'm a big critique of myself. So I want to present myself in a ways. We have stuff that is not 100% people feeling it, but from now on and forward, you know, we just want to keep. I'm a perfectionist, and I love things being properly done and in order, you know, and that's my pet peeve. And I think I beat myself when I let things slide with a little bit of, you say, a little glitch, little thing that it's gonna knock me. People might not hear it, you know, people not gonna identify it, but because I know it's there, it bothers me, you know, and I say I'm not gonna do that again.
You are your hardest critic. I've noticed that from before we started the interview, talking to you, looking at your past interviews, I realized that you're a young man that critique yourself harder than anybody else, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, never comfortable, you know, always striving for better.
Trying to break down the Zen fence in the community, make it more homely, make everybody see each other's faces.
Yes, sir.
Change things.
Change things.
The name of the album.
Yes.
August 25th.
August
25th. Change things. Now, tomorrow night,
yeah,
you're going to be doing a New York edition of the Change Things album release.
Yes.
So now, when the people come out, this is going to be at Milk River, home of the Power Reggae Wednesdays.
Yeah, 960 Atlantic Avenue.
Yes.
7 to 11.
Yes. Okay, now you're going to be doing an album launch, the New York edition, tomorrow night at Milk River. What can the listeners come out and expect? How much of the album are they going to hear tomorrow night after?
I would say more than half.
Okay.
Yeah, because I want them to feel the music and feel the vibration. I'm not going to sell them anything. I want them to be the judge. If they like it, then buy it. If they don't, they don't. They're going to wait until somebody tell them, you got to check out this album again. Mm-hmm. You know, so I think they would want to be the first to hear it. So I urge everybody to come out.
Okay, that's tomorrow night. Once again, Milk River, the album launch for the Change Things project. What we're going to do is we're going to give you the Change Things single. Sniper, load that one up for us. Let the people hear that single. And then when we come back, we're going to go live with the artist himself in the studio. Give you a little bit of acoustic before we tune out. TGM Radio, Power Reggae Radio, PowerReggae.com. Change Things, August 25th. The artist Ky-Enie. We're gonna go live in the studio right now. He got me talking on the record right now too. Tomorrow night, Milk River, the album launch, the New York edition, Change Things. Come out, check them out live. We're gonna give you a little piece before we tune out tonight. Power Reggae Radio.
someone you love them, how much you adore them, we won't always be around. Caught in confusion, cause we're only humans, but I find silence in the sound. Some judge you harshly, knowing exactly the truth is they don't know. So blessings I count them, bridges don't you burn them. What if you want to turn around? Don't let it slip away. Don't let it slip away. Don't let love slip away. Don't let time slip away. Every year is like a month, month is like a week, week is like a day. Tell someone you love them, how much you adore them, we won't always be around. Don't let it slip away. Don't let time slip away. No, don't let love slip away. Don't let time slip away. One da da yeah. One da da yeah. Over reggae on every day. Yeah, 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 yeah. Father German said, yeah, 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 yeah. Sniper, sniper singing, yeah, 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 yeah. Don't let it slip away. Don't let it slip away.
Power Reggae. Power Reggae. Power Reggae Radio Show. PowerReggae.com, TGM Radio. You have a sound that it makes the room quiet.
Yeah.
Everybody listens.
Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else in the room, but I was touched.
Yes.
Yes.
You
Nice
have
vibes, King.
you have a sound that you tune into the lyrics as well as you strumming the guitar, but you tune into the lyrics. The message of love is so powerful. I appreciate it.
Give thanks, give thanks.
Anything you want to say before we tune out? I want to, before you give your outro. August 25th, Change Things. The project will be available on all digital platforms. Tomorrow night at Milk River, the album launch. You're down there with the band. Let me shout out the band. The
Banyan Rockers. Yes.
We shout out the band.
Yes, they're in rehearsals right now. When I leave you, we're going to go tie up some knots.
You have to show up to the musicians.
Yes, I sing as a play of instruments, yeah.
Yes, the players of instruments. Anything you want to say before we tune out?
Yeah, I just want to give thanks to the Most High, Jah for health, strength and inspiration to carry out this journey. You see me, I say, you know, if I wake up and don't feel like I want to do music, then I think that's the way, that's the day when everything over for me. You know, so give thanks for the strength that He give me to carry out this work, you know. I want to give thanks for being here at Power of Reggae, you know, spreading the music to the world, you know. Big up to the management team, Ky-Enie management group, and I say Fire David, bless up yourself, Sheena, you know, and I say Fire Wally D, big up yourself, you know. I want to bless up all my people them who's been supporting me over the years, you know, who knows Ky-Enie name and them share Ky-Enie name. We have some diehard fans who, you know, if I them alone I come to the show, them I come to the show by themselves, you know. So I want to bless them up, because they bless me up to carry out this musical journey, you know what I say. And it feels good to be back in New York City, you know, letting them see where I'm at this moment and the journey, you know, changing journey, yeah.
The website, once again, Ky-Enie.com.
Ky-Enie.com.
Facebook, IG, Twitter. Check out the visuals on YouTube as well.
Yes, sir. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. Yes, sir.
The EP that you had out before, what was
Get the
the
dream. Get the dream.
Ghetto Dream. You can check it out on all digital platforms and look out for the upcoming album. This is not an EP, it's an album.
Yes, sir.
August 25th.
Yes, sir.
Change things.
Change things.
Look out for the changes this young man is trying to bring to the community as well. Look out for them tomorrow night at Milk River. The album launch, Change Things with the Barnyard Rockers. PowerReggae.com. Power Reggae Radio Show, TGM Radio. Tune in next week, Monday, 8 to 4. Thank you.
There is power in the name of the Most High Jah. There is power in the name of Jah. Yeah. There is power in the name of the Most High One to break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. Break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. All the injustice on my people, oh long shall be paid a price. See blood run like a river, over sweat, tears and sacrifice. But no more lamb to the slaughter like they did unto Jesus Christ. Demons hunting for souls, but lions out and patrol tonight. So the conquering lion shall break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. There is power in the name of reggae, yeah. There is power in the name of Jah. Yeah, there is power in the name of the Most High One to break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. Break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. Fire squeeching. Happy birthday, my brother. Blessed earth strong, my brother. And I say, more life, more living, prosperity. On your journey with the Most High, keep you strong, my brother. I know you are willing and you're worthy to do Jaja work, do Jaja work, do Jaja work. Yeah, do Jaja work, do Jaja work. Yeah, man, this is Ky-Enie, we're live on the Power Reggae. You see, more life and more blessing and prosperity. That's my father. Love my girl, Power Reggae.